everybody out there in Girls Can't Geek Land. It's your girl, SD Trinity, and I have...
Jigglypuff.
Hey. Well, today is going to be very exciting because we're going to have a few topics, which I think will make us think, but also laugh. But for this to happen, I have some very special friends of ours here. We have...
Lord Nameless.
Along with...
Shango Sims.
Hello, and good morning,
y'all.
Everybody. How is everybody doing?
All right. Good today.
Good. So, topics. If Blerds were superheroes, just that sentence alone, I know everybody's mind went boo, 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 boo. Oh, I could do this, I could be this, I could be this. But because Nameless brought this up, we're going to have some questions. So Nameless, I just want to ask you just straight off the bat, if you had superpowers, what would it be?
For me, the most realistic thing would be Dragon Ball Z universe. I really think, especially with the state of the world right now, it's clear to see that the brown skin community, not just Afrocentric, but just the entire brown skin community, we would definitely be in a Namekian Saiyan type of, realm. And I think that's the kind of superheroes that I would want to see in the world, because there's no clear scaling. Like, all the power isn't unique to one particular group or people.
Right.
And anybody can get it. And I like that. It's like a universe of Texas in some ways.
A melting pot of like ratchet superhero DBZ stuff. I'm feeling
my goodness. I would love it. I want to put on a Saiyan uniform and just like
like thinking about it, like I think I'd be an annoying Saiyan. I'd be like, yo, who wants to go fly? Like they'd be like, we're not fighting nobody. I'd be like, I know, but
flying is fun.
It needs to be flowing in the wind, you guys. Let's go fly somewhere. For no reason. But then again, it'd be like, hey, we got to go fight. I'd be like, ooh, but I just got my nails done. Like, all right, I guess. No, you know what I mean? But I think, would you rather be like Baby Daddy Piccolo, or would you rather be like, Vegeta, or would you rather be like Frieza? Like, I feel like they all have their good I don't know about Frieza, but they all have their good qualities. Because here's the thing, Frieza, I'm not gonna say he has good qualities or bad qualities, but
I never hated Frieza.
I never hated him, but he talks so much crap, you guys. He be like, you monkey, you below me. And I'd be like, whoo, that hurt a little bit. But then I'd be like, I probably would be talking trash too. So would I be part of Frieza's crew? I don't know. Would he like hire me as a Saiyan under him? Like, we would be rolling that way? Think about it.
Well, you have to remember with that, the Saiyans were slaves to Frieza.
That's what I'm saying.
So it got hired just, and when I think of that, when I think of that, I almost think of even, dibbling in Dragon Ball Super a little bit, that there are Saiyans who they were never oppressed. It was more civil war, stuff like that, but they still had that edge to them.
They was free.
That moment to bring it out. Yeah, they said, give us free.
They still had magic.
Yeah, the back tingles. And not that back tingles, the regular back tingles.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Frieza got one time to call me a monkey, and it's a wrap. Ain't gonna be no. He got one time. There would have been no whole. Oh, you stupid. Gone. Right out of existence.
Yeah, it's about that action. You said what? Yeah, I treat every Frieza comment as like, you said what about my mama? Oh.
Right. Now, when it comes to Saiyans, they train a lot, okay? Which is fine. I think we all need to be doing some kind of training, because I feel like we're all getting really stagnant, especially with COVID and everything that's going on. So I think we need to, But I think about it like, would you just do normal training? Like, you know how Goku and Vegeta be like sparring and it's just an open field and like half the earth just opens up for no reason? Or would you go into the like hyperbolic time chamber or a different planet to, I guess, if you wanted to be a Saiyan? I'm not saying you have to be a Saiyan, because you be a Neckman, but then it's just like, what would your training regimen be if you were a Saiyan? Who you want to take that, Sims?
I'm about to say Sims seems like he had some incendiary things.
Let me tell you.
So I already work out like 6 to 5 days a week anyway. So I know if I was a Saiyan, the hyperbolic time chamber would be a godsend. I would have to take that just for collateral damage, because if a brother got the ability to sit up here and like send a Kai blast that can destroy a village, you know, I might slip up accidentally one day and destroy something. I ain't got time for any interruptions. Hyperbolic time chamber, give me 2 days in, I come out, mess up the masses. The training would definitely be probably one of the most important things. But for Blerds, I would say outside the physical aspect, we're gonna need some type of like, not therapy, but some type of mental training also, because let's be real, if we had our powers tomorrow, outside was very different. Outside was not, man, there would be a magnet anywhere, like it would get bad real quick. Like, I'm just speaking on myself. So I would say physical training will be very important, but mental, because Vegeta and Goku, I love them both to death, but they dumb. Like they kind of stupid. Like, especially Goku. So it's like, I don't need that type of energy in my squad. I don't need you throwing senzu beans to like the enemy. Like, bro, like sit down, calm down, like read a book, and then we go on there. So I say physical will be important, but we're gonna have to get that mental in there also.
That's definitely why I think the Mechian side of it would definitely be a part, because I almost akin it to you have the quote unquote brawlic type of individuals who, you know, is Henny and Black and Miles all day, and then Newport 100s on a weekend. Thank you. Not to say that anyone's less than, but that is definitely a part of all of our personalities at some level. But then you also have, on more than the Namekian side, you have the people who, you know, very pescatarian, very vegan, very, you know, very earthy, you know, farm growers. Not talking about hydroponics, but, you know, we can grow. Also people very into meditation, self-reflection. I mean, you have to me, in my mind, I think of the extremes, you know, putting us all in the same boat. You have the Namekian, quote unquote, kind of Dr. Carnal West type of vibe on one end. And then you have the, you know, Vegeta saying Floyd Mayweather type of situation on the other. Like, they're both very powerful and significant presences on both sides, but they just lead with different things. Because, you know, I would love to have a conversation with Dr. Cornell West, but at the end of the day, if it's going down and, you know, we have to go into it, I want a Mayweather with me. Yeah, I want someone who's, no. He said, what, my mama? No, I'm going first. I'm going to hit him. No, I'm not going to let you hit him. I want to hit him. Like, oh boy, yes, Jig.
I'm feeling like I'm a little bit of both, which kind of brings into my mind, right, the two Namekian tribes. Because we had the ones who were the dragon race, who were very much like a Dende, and then we had the warriors who are a little bit more like Piccolo. He's still Namekian. He still has a connection to Mother Earth, but he will be ass.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's probably where I would fit in, because I'm a little bit ratchet, but I'm also a little bit hippie.
Well, I think you would be Piccolo in general, because isn't between
he's a hybrid.
Both sides of Kami, Nails. Who else did Piccolo eat?
It depends on which Piccolo you're talking about too.
Yeah, always a great dad though. Piccolo's a lot of keys.
DBZ Piccolo. We ain't gonna go King Piccolo. We don't need that brother to show back up.
See, and you brought up a good point. So I feel like I want to say both, but I'm going to say both in the sense of if I was Gohan, because Gohan literally got trained by Piccolo. You know what I mean? He gave him the knowledge, the resources, everything, but still trained him to like get his potential as far as being a Saiyan goes.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, if you look at Goku and Vegeta, it's like, you said, what? All right, on site. Not really thinking like, oh, I just got to be stronger to defeat you. But sometimes you got to use your brain too. And I really hope sometime in this century, they redeem Gohan so he could be the greatest potential that he should have been. All prayers to him, please. Everybody send out your spirit energy to him, because I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I want to be a Gohan when it comes to both sides. You know what I mean? Like you said, because Piccolo was an amazing dad. He filled in, not even complaining about it. He's like, oh, I got you, fam. You know what I mean? You my kid now. And there's some times where it was a little rough. He's like, all right, climb up this mountain without no help. And he's like, I'm tired. He's like, I don't care. Like, you go do it. You know what I mean?
Full speed at a mountain is, no, you're fine.
Yeah, just push him. Like,
Be all right.
But he gave him that mindset of use your head. Use your head for once, and not just to fight. Don't be headbutting people, but actually use your mind to fight and think of different ways. Because like, oh well, and I'm only saying this because I'm rewatching all of it again. But who are they fighting? I don't remember. But he's like, oh, you have to destroy the star for him to not get his power anymore. And Gohan's like, I can't, because my force field will go down and you guys will die. He's like, Piccolo's like, bro, if you don't kill this star, we all gonna die anyways. That thought process. But if it was Goku and Vegeta fighting, it'd just be like, we just gonna be throwing hands the whole time until maybe somebody gets tired. So I want to be in the both realm. I want to be a little ratchet, you know. I want to be a little bit of Chi-Chi, you know, like his mom, because she be throwing hands too. But then I also want to have the thought process behind it. You know what I mean?
If there were two things that I say that it should be for us, movie Broly, I want to be calm, cool, and collect. But if you come at me, it's over with. And the most clever man of all time, Future Trunks, because he capped all villains. He got the best body count. He got the best body count when it comes to villains. He done murked all.
Which Future Trunks? Which time?
I'm
doing
both
Black Future Trunks or first time?
So I'm going with. I don't, even though I don't like Super like that, I gotta say both Future Trunks work, because it was like he really came in that situation, and I felt bad for Trunks the first go around, because he was like, I don't think y'all getting this. They're going to kill us. Like, why are none of you taking this seriously? I don't know if he was frustrated with his dad or with Goku, because he was like, listen, I don't know what's going on. You let him eat the girl. You gave him a senzu bean. Like, y'all ain't getting this. And Trunks, when he came into the series, he did what I was going to do to Frieza off Bucks. I don't have time to talk. I don't care about your daddy. I don't care about your people. Everybody about to get cut. That's it. We don't have time for this drawn out fights. I'm ending this. Trunks is who we needed, not Goku, not Vegeta. Gohan been nice. I just need him to get redeemed. It's just Trunks was his clutch, and he was like, "Listen, we got a plan. We're gonna stick to this plan. We're gonna get this over with, and I'm gonna try to save my people." That's perfect for us.
I think he has the highest body count of everyone in DBZ. Also,
he has the highest main villains that were killed, because that man took out Android, Cell, Frieza, King Cold, Devoria, Bobbity, and technically he killed Zemos in the end, so kind of, sort of. So so he definitely got the best like kill streak out of all the body, including his own father.
Can you think of, because you know we're talking about, we'll just say the triangle, okay, but where Frieza comes in and that whole. He's super, I mean, I didn't realize there could be anybody more prideful than Vegeta and Saiyan.
Right.
Here he come. You know what I mean? And I'm like, do you guys ever feel like you're just like, if I had these types of powers, you would be just as prideful, if not more, then Frieza. Not saying you got to go out calling people monkeys and shit, like, but like where you're like, yo, I am superior. Especially if I go to gold. Oh, don't even talk to me. You know what I mean? You're not even worth it.
I think that is something that is hard for people to do and hard for people to maintain. And that's why you have, a lot of corruption in high places. That's why you have people who are, they say, don't meet your heroes because you'll be disappointed. Your heroes are usually elevated. And when you get elevated, it's really difficult not to have that head about you, right? Frieza is, for all intents and purposes, the baddest motherfucker around, like in his time, and who can touch me, right? And you know how you feel when you feeling good about something and you like, ain't nobody see me in this. Like, I think it's a difficult thing to wield, right? Power. Heavy is the crown.
He
heavy
definitely,
is the head.
Yeah, he has the I say this with love, the superior race caucasity that we do see in within the past
colonizer, if you will.
Yes. Yes. He goes around, he's gonna take whatever he wants, and ain't nobody gonna tell him nothing about it. He has all the cards, he has all the powers. What?
Yo, and then couple sayings are like, yo, we ain't cool with that no more. We gotta fight back. And he's like, oh, but y'all monkeys. He's like, okay, I'll show you monkey though. And then they, and now we at where we're at. Not saying they're on equal level playing fields, because Goku would be out here just be like, hey, like you said, here's a senzu bean. I'll see you later. Like, can we just spit it down? But then again, like, we need that extra androgynous, I'm still better than you, I could turn at any moment type of thing. But you do see a lot of that in today's society still, where it's like, I love everybody, blah, 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 blah. But then when it comes down to it, it's like, I'm better. You know what I mean? But so if you had to,
as a political family.
Huh?
I could see that family as a political family.
Yeah.
Like King Cole being the senator's father, who's a former senator, and just, showing them, okay, yeah, you can do all this. I mean, Frieza was really only told, hey, there's only two people in all existence you can't rock with. Lord Beerus, Majin Buu. Everyone else, give them the hand. That's definitely old school, old money politician type of stuff.
I'm going to push it a little bit further and say that the caucasity, the people who commit caucasities, they are told that the world is theirs.
Yeah.
And people who are usually Saiyans, Namekians, brown, we are told that we exist in that world that they own from the gate, and how to navigate that world that they own, instead of also being told the world is ours. You said he was told, hey, you can't go over here and stay away from the elephant graveyard. Like, and that was it. Those were the only boundaries. Right. Whereas we have boundaries, and it's not because we can't go in, it's that we have to be aware in order to be safe.
And I believe Nameless brought up Boo. I love every single form of Boo. Like, you cannot tell me anything about him. I'd be like, it's, first of all, adorable. Second of all, strong as hell. And we like to eat too. Bet. You know what I mean? Like, I love him. But seeing him go from literally trying to, of course, everybody's trying to destroy Earth and everything, to now just being the homie that, hey, if you feed me, like, we're gravy and stuff like that. How do you feel about Boo? Where do you think he fits in with all of this?
I love Boo.
Favorite villain. He was my favorite villain.
Your favorite villain?
Your favorite?
I never looked at Boo as a villain, honestly.
Really?
Like, yeah. It's weird because even touching a little what I said about the whole politician thing, how if I were to make a real world equivalent to this theory, the senators telling his son, okay, these are the only two things you can't touch. And then King Cold telling Frieza, okay, don't mess with Boo, don't mess with Lord Beerus. Both of those individuals, to me, were almost manifestations or representations of religion or religious structure. You have Beerus, who represents old religion, with the Egyptian garb, and then you have Boo, who represents, to me, just how I hypothesize it, like New Age religion, more modern Christianity, things of that nature, Buddhism, Taoism. Not to say that these things are new, but they're not as old as, or rather, it is not as documented as far back as some of the Egyptian stuff. And even the practices, as far as I know, I've not come across anyone who practices old school, Egyptian, stuff outside of people who watch The Mummy one too many times. But I have known people who were Buddhists, were Taoists, and things of that nature. So when it comes to Boo, when he was introduced, he himself was talked about as this great evil and this dangerous, but he was talked about in that form of being evil from people who were, the elite, from the old school, from, Supreme Kai. It's those who sit up high and really don't help. They look at this person as the enemy. And even Bibbidi and Bobbidi, they could not control Boo, which is evidenced by the fact that one of them got killed by Boo. They couldn't control him. It was just the source of this amazing power. And even when you think of the life cycle of Boo, how, he had his moments and, he beat some people up. And who hasn't killed a couple people now or then? But getting beyond that and then going to, showing that he has that childlike innocence when he healed the dog and then healed the blind kid. He had nothing to gain from that. Mm-hmm. So it's literally just whatever energy comes at him, he'll put that back. That's why I kind of got the whole Taoist Buddhist kind of thing where energy is more circular. In talking with Hercule was one of the most arrogant people in the series, second probably only to Frieza. But yes. Hercule turned a corner and became, a better friend, a better father, a better community leader, because he finally had someone in his life who, that energy and bravado that he tried to put out, it didn't go anywhere. Boo was like, all right, you're Hercule, you're king, whatever. You want a cookie? Like, I can make you a cookie. Want that rock? I can make you a rock cookie. Like, someone who could just be so level with him, mm-hmm. humbled him. And even going further with Boo, when he finally says, you know what, I want to help. Like, I enjoy fighting. These guys seem chill. They like to eat. They can eat almost as much as I can. I'll rock with them. And he actually helps out the Z fighters, even though he went into a coma, but we're not going to talk about
it's neither here nor there.
Super. But even, I know some people have mixed feelings about GT. I understand. But Oob, to me, is a great character because it continuates that life cycle of Boo. Just, not only am I going to become more of who I already am, which was innocent and pure and things of that nature, I'm going to make sure that I can manifest myself in more ways than how I normally would have. So then you got, the last conversation that Goku and he had. Okay, well, Goku's like, oh, well, come back and we can fight sometime. It's like, you know what? All right. King Yama brings Boo back as Oob. Like, King Yama has done favors for people, whether you want to look at him from, and this is going to tip over a little bit, if you want to look at him from the Dragon Ball universe to the Yu Yu Hakusho, like, King Yama doesn't really like people like that. He doesn't rock, like, you mortals are exhausting, you make my paperwork long. He doesn't really do stuff like that. But for some reason, he decides to take Boo and give this request to bring him back. Mm-hmm. And even in that incarnation, Oob and Boo fused together. Again, I know GT's a lot. I understand. But it's just, if you look at the entire totality of Boo's cycle, it really mirrors, at least for me, that kind of spiritual journey of, I started off being something. I started off being used in a certain way. But as I mature and as I spend more time getting to know myself and my abilities, I realize how I can use my power or my ability in a way that is more advantageous, not just to myself, but to the greater good of the universe around me. Mm-hmm. and coming to a place of I'm now something new and something whole. And I was always whole, I just didn't know it yet.
Right.
But that's my 2 cents on it. That's all.
Sims, do you have anything to add to that, or just any thoughts or comments about that?
So one thing to even go off with Nameless, is one thing I liked about Boo was, and something that's been so repetitive with Dragon Ball the series, was you always had a main villain that had a goal of either world domination, universal domination, or destroy the planet. King Piccolo, Frieza, the Saiyans, Cell, all of them have attempted to do this. All of them were like, oh, this is my evil plan and this is my reason behind it. But Kid Buu, who is my overall favorite of his forms, Kid Buu was this chaos. He was this literal chaos. He wasn't just like name the state. He wasn't evil. He was just so chaotic that that's just what he was. And he was the first person in Dragon Ball to destroy planet Earth in half the known universe by himself. And then when he got bored, he was like, oh, wait, I'm just going to go to heaven or hell and go beat everybody up there too. Oh, wait, I'm going to go to Supreme Power Realm. He just kept going to different universes, realms, and just made smoke. He was just handing out smoke everywhere he went, and kind of going off what Nameless said about him reincarnating himself through King Alm and everything. And that alone was a big accolade, because it's like, yo, you know how dangerous Boo is, and you brought him back? Are we sure? Like, this was King Yama. I mean, Goku asked for it, but you ain't gotta do everything Goku asked. Like, Goku's an idiot. It's like,
Goku be like, hey, here, you gonna be alive, I'll see you later. And they be like, oh, okay, cool. I'll destroy you again later. Like,
so it was like, with Boo to come back as Oob, it was kind of like, oh, okay, so he coming back as a little Indian or African child, and he's like, yeah, so I'm gonna now do this. And what was crazy, how we even mentioned about changing people as they go and how Oob reflected stuff. Goku, even though it was always Goku was like, I want to fight and train him. And everybody's like, oh, because you want to train? No, because I don't want him to turn out to be evil and regret what I just did. Because that was like something I noticed. I was just like, yo, if Goku didn't train Oob, he could have really turned out to be a really horrible person. Like, very simply, like, he could have been the worst nightmare of all of them. And even to touch into Super, and spoilers for anybody, like, Oob did something really miraculous and more or less helped to save planet Earth again, because of his power. So it was like, I like how you meant, like, Lane about the gods and everything. So it was something that was just like, Boo was just such an interesting character and a good antagonist, for the sense of just like, he was just chaos. It was just pure chaos, and it wasn't much structure behind why he did what he did. He was just like, I'm bored. Y'all can't do. Screw your plan.
I think that what you guys said kind of brings up a concept in my mind, like, power has to be focused, right? Boo had incredible power. He had no guardrails, he had no guidelines, and he just kind of did whatever. When he came back and he was Boo and he trained with Goku, Oob, and he trained with Goku, like, that power and energy was focused. It had a purpose. So I think that, when you have power, you have to make sure that you put it to somewhere, you put it to good use.
Right. Well, you mentioned something which I feel is kind of important when it comes to just also representation, Sims. You said that he was brought back as an Indian boy or an African boy, which is so important. I don't think many people really realize it, because they could have brought him back looking like Goku, brought him back looking like Vegeta, you know what I mean? Whoever else of a lighter tone, which is fine. But the fact that Nameless, like you also said, Buddhism and everything, they're brown. They have dark brown skin, okay? And for him to be reincarnated like that was like, oh, look at the representation there. I love it. You know what I mean? And it still just kind of goes with the flow of, like you said, almost like the religion and everything, but also just the representation on top of that. Because like we said with Frieza, he on some caucasity things. You know what I mean? The YT, okay? He was all better, you know, better than everybody. You can't say his shit did not stink. It is what it is. He taking over. But when you look at Oob and the way he was brought back, I don't know, for me, it was just like a breath of fresh air for me. Like, look at that. I love it. But to bring me to my next little quick topic, and then we'll fly away. What would you guys dress up in? Like, what would your outfit be? Would you be rocking the orange outfit? Would you be Master Roshi with little turtle shell? What would you be doing? You out here Frieza with the long tail and black nail polish? What are we doing?
I am for sure on the same uniform from early Dragon Ball Z with the big shoulder pads and the little skirt. Yep, I want Raditz hair. Like, I want all of it. And I gotta have the little scope. I need the scope.
Yes.
That's me.
Over 9,000?
Over 9,000. And still climbing.
Exactly. Where it bursts, you see it and you be like, oh, damn, it's my third one today. Like, Nameless, what would you go off of?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm actually kind of torn. I would go, there was a one-off episode where Chi-Chi demands that Goku get a license. And as usual, Piccolo gets roped into it because he's basically a teenager. So even though he's like 7 feet tall, no, you're my kid too. You go out there and you get a license with your brother. Goku had on his regular outfit, and then he had to change to regular civilian clothes. And Piccolo had to dress quote unquote normal. Why do he have some mids on, some warmer socks, I believe some regular sweats, an old baseball shirt, cap backwards, and a long sleeve, like look like a thermal. Outside the cap backwards, generally, especially this time of year, that's what I'm wearing. Like, this is function, but a little bit of, I know my colors. I'm torn between that one aspect of Piccolo because
hey.
He was fly.
Super fly.
So I'm torn between that and OG PyCon from the first time Dead Goku did a Soul Tournament, because it had the similar flowiness and flair of regular Piccolo and Kami, except the shoulder pads have already been done because we have our lovely Saiyans for that. And also, to me, that's Gohan's fit right there. PyCon had some similar, but he had the more. To me, it was more fighting. He got rid of shoulder pads. It's still white, very formal, flowing. But what is like? Oh, you want to really fight? Okay, take off his hat, take off his his garb, his sash, throw it to the side, and he's basically in a jumpsuit. Like, all right, now let's go. I can move fast now. So I don't know, just something about that. It almost reminds me of like Qing Dynasty depiction of old martial arts movies, like old school. I don't want to say Iron Monkey, but something similar to that. Just that kind of old school era martial arts. Yeah. So that's why that particular one stuck out to me.
Nice. And Sims, real quick, what would your outfit be? Because you're already rocking a dope outfit anyways, but what would your
like as I am? That's the answer, as I am.
I would have to, I'm gonna actually jump on, have to smack anime and combine it with a little bit of a Marvel comic twist. It will be the same armor without the long pads, the regular one that Vegeta wears from now on, but I need black and red. But under that and over that is going to be a combination of T'Challa's father, the Black Panther, mixed with that. So it's going to look like a Wakandan Saint that's pulling up to you. Okay. And you ain't going to get confused. You don't know what's about to happen. My move's going to be called Vibranium, Bassus. You ain't going to like when I pull up. You just going to be like, you know what? Just screw this. I'm not even messing with this guy. Like, no. It's going to have some bit of the kosher with the same pride. Let's wrap it.
Capsule Corp sponsored by Wakanda. I can dig it.
Hey,
There you go.
Hey,
That would
that's a nice partnership right there.
see,
Capsule Corp and Wakanda.
yeah. See, look, you
Korean
brought
Bone,
it up.
Korean Bone said,
The tech, though, the tech.
Yeah.
tech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely tech. Any ideas, outside the box thinking to envision? Yeah, let's make this weird thing that's never existed before. Definitely got the resources from Wakanda. It's gonna be indestructible. Plus, we all know.
Bulma would
Bulma
lose
likes
her shit in
Bulma likes
Wakanda.
that. So come on.
Yep, and that's exactly what I was gonna pick. I was like, I want to be Bulma when it comes to that. I'll be fighting and stuff, but I want to be dressed head to toe all day, every day, new outfit, every other episode. You know what I mean? She was out here,
Yeah,
different
she
hairstyles, different outfits.
She was the
She
type
was
of
like, you know what?
All the time. Bulma
Afro,
was fly.
yes. Ponytail. Guess what? Bob. I was like, yes, Bulma. Give me all the looks. That's
regular
what I would
Bob,
be.
asymmetrical.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I would be out here. You'd be like, oh, she can't fight. I want to be the sneaky one. We'd be like, oh, she can't fight because she's too cute. I'd be like, psych. Guess what? Uppercut. You know what I mean? Like, it's on and popping. But that brings us to the end.
The end.
I'm not gonna say it's the end because we can always talk about this later. But
Yeah.
I did want to
You're
say,
right. We can talk about this later, and you guys can talk about it with us too. You know where? Where can they talk about it with us, Trin? Where can they talk about it with us?
our Discord. So
can
what
talk
you'll
about
do
it in Discord.
is you will go, you can find us on Discord. You can type it in, but if better, go to Instagram, link in the bio, click, follow, join us. We'll continue this conversation. I want to say thank you to Sims and Nameless for joining us.
Yes,
I want to say thank you for my amazing co-host,
Thank you.
Jiggly, for joining.
Oh, it's
I had a blast. I'm so happy we were here together. If you guys want to go and say your name one more time, we'll go with Sims.
I'm Shango Sims. You can find me on Instagram at Shango Sims. So.
Perfect. Nameless.
I'm Lord Nameless. You can also find me on Nameless on PSN, also Lord Nameless on IG.
And Jiggly.
You can find me on IG at _JigglyPuffX3.
Perfect. And of course, you know where I'm at. SC Trinity on IG, all the everything. Also on Girls Can't Get
All the
Paid,
things.
everywhere. But definitely join us on Discord. I'm so happy you guys listen to us. I will see you all next time. Until next time, it is Girls Can't Eat.